Hey guys, Fishy here. We need to talk about a particularly prevalent and successful type of fakery, anti-Muslim fakery. We've mentioned it before in our videos. When we saw this one, woman shoots Muslim neighbor in the crotch for Sharia beating his wife in the driveway, or Muslim doctor refuses to save Christian man's life on a flight from New York to Las Vegas. This stuff works because it plays on people's fears. And we've all heard reports over the last few years out of Europe, specifically around the refugee migration situation, and some stories of settled migrants, second-generation migrants, who are having trouble assimilating. Fakers create stories based on rumors or embellishment of things that really did happen, but in a different way. And sometimes they try to create the impression that these incidents happen in the United States because it's very profitable to do that. That's why I want to look at this outrageous example. One person with a lot of followers got almost 7,000 people to share it. And I want to take a close look at her post and her defense for sharing it. So here's what she starts with. Elisa. Again, I stress, almost 100% of the Democrats running in the 2018 midterm elections across the country are Muslim. Trust me, they do not want this position to help strengthen our Constitution, just saying. Get the vote out. There's zero proof, no links, no citation anywhere that I can find where she has got this right. This is just something that someone told her and she believed it. She read it in a fake news story and here it is. She's presenting it as fact. And what she's done is she's tied it to this. Muslims demand locals don't walk dogs in public because it is a violation of Sharia and disrespects them. This picture, that headline, that comment about 100% of the Muslims or Democrats running are Muslims. She's making these connections completely out of thin air. Somebody told her this or she's just making it up. So when you look at that headline, Muslims demand locals don't walk dogs, to find out where this comes from Manchester. And there's 3 or 4 sites, places where it's debunked somewhat. Can't completely debunk it because nobody's been able to track down who actually put it out. But BuzzFeed's calling it a hoax, and they go into depth. Same images comes out of Jews News, which is not a reputable source at all. And it's got the picture of the flyer that's supposed to have gone out. Tells you where to find them, forpublicpurity.org, Facebook Public Purity, and just some comments around that. And it got some new life this April because Kevin Jackson at the Black Sphere shared it. Also not a respectable site. So the Telegraph covered this too, also asking whether it was a hoax. Again, nobody knows, but they have the same information, the same flyers, same person with his dog, walking the dog. And then there's hints that it might have come from 4chan. So no telling, though. When you look at the Facebook page, the actual Facebook page, there it is, tied to forpublicpurity.org website. The latest post, after the pinned post, is July 11th, 2016. So this is over, almost 2 years ago, and that this page was active at all. When you look at whose related pages these are, Free Tommy Robinson. So it may well be constructed by people who are anti-Muslim or pro-Tommy Robinson. I don't know, but there's no definitive idea of who's behind this. forpublicpurity.org is in Danish. The site is in Danish, so just thought you should know that. But let's see what happens on her thread when she's talking about it. Someone asks her, do you have a link for this? Someone else posts the For Public Purity wiki, which just looks like this. A hoax website supports a ban on dogs. You can look that up on wiki if you like. And then the comments down here, she's saying, the information regarding this post comes from 2 countries, Canada and the UK. If you would like to see their faces, go on YouTube and see for yourself. She's getting information from YouTube. That's something interesting. You can clearly put the question in Google and get an answer. We just did, and we got that it was a hoax. But she's doubling down here. I don't have to do I do my homework. I don't have to do yours as well. And please don't respond to me with a Snopes for dopes George Soros bought and paid for fact-checking site. This right here is why we try to use Snopes as little as possible, because people will cast aspersions on Snopes' veracity on a particular subject because they believe they're biased as a whole. She says, I listen to the people. I see them holding the flyers they were issued. That's all I need to say. She believes this happened without any proof. She's got it in a video, and that's where her proof comes from. And she's making all these statements because of that. Someone called her names about this. These posts are factual. Why try to dismiss them as propaganda? People have a right to know the truth. Sadly, we have other countries' experiences to use as a guide. In America, man is dog's best friend. If a Muslim would like to convert to an American, I don't even know what that means, they will have to respect our dogs. They will walk and live amongst them. Okay, so more people calling her names and referring her to links and things. She is really seriously weighing in and saying this is true because I saw it on a video. When she calls people, here you go, name calling and spewing hatred. This is my post you're commenting on. I can support this post with facts. You are responding with insults. She hasn't supported it with facts, though. And so many people have shared it. Up here, we saw it was almost 7,000. I bet if I refresh, it'll be 7,000 by the time it comes up and populates again. Here we go. Let's see. Nope, 69.97. I'm 3 short. But this is what she put out without any basis, without any facts, but claiming that she's got facts behind it. She's just not going to do your research for you. This is how this stuff spreads, and it drives me crazy. Here's the thing. Given the large amount of anti-Muslim fakery out there and how profitable it has become, you should always be skeptical of any claim about any Muslim. And I'm saying this because you really should be skeptical about any claim about anyone that's made on the internet that touches your emotions and things like that. Just, if you want to maintain your credibility and your integrity, take a few minutes to search and read a few links and check into something a little more closely. And also recognize that some people make a lot of money from lies and hoaxes like this. Spend a little extra time getting more information, and you won't look as ridiculous as Elisa did here.